You know, there's lots of ways to get from point A to point B to have tremendous amount of success. Today we're going to talk about the 7 ways to get into the most powerful marketing strategy ever created, and that's franchising. There's a lot of different ways to do that, no matter what investment level you're at. Have you ever thought how it would be to leverage the most powerful marketing strategy ever created, and that's the power of franchising, to get you to point A to point B and to achieve that ultimate financial success that you've ever dreamed of? Today we're going to cover 7 points on how you can get into franchising no matter where you are today. We can get you to where you want to be with this powerful strategy. Okay, the first way is the lowest possible investment to jump into the world of franchising, and that's to become a franchise affiliate advisor. That's typically starting at about $27 to maybe $97 a month. And what we do there is we teach you and show you the best things about franchising and how franchising can multiply your income and the best ways to start a business. It will give you information from the inside out to understand the magic of franchising and what it can do for you to take you to the next level. It's the best education possible about franchising, and will hook you up with key people and contacts that will allow you to get to the next level. This is how I got started, working with franchising from the inside out. I got to learn from key individuals, and I got to learn the exact systems on how franchising works so that I could graduate into higher levels. But in the meantime, starting out, this is a great way to get started, because we'll set you up with a done-for-you website. And we'll teach you how to leverage social media and other ways to send potential candidates to that website. And they go through the system. Our team will take them through the process, get the business or franchise closed for you, and then we'll write you a check. And that's all you're doing. And I've done it over and over and over. Millions and millions of dollars I've paid out over the years. In fact, just last week, I had one individual I paid out over $30,000. Another one was $40,000 and $32. Another one was $20,000. I've seen people in their first year do $140,000 on this whole program and more. And anyway, I could go on and on and on because I'm so excited about this particular level of franchising. It's a great way to start your franchising business. Okay, number 2 is to become a franchise development advisor. And what that means is you're going to take the candidates on the franchise programs a little bit more through the system. You're going to process them through and help them qualify, help them take that step-by-step process to become a franchisee of that franchise company. And it's a wonderful process because you get to take someone through that and you see how they go through it, you see how it works for their family and how it's going to change their lives. And it's perhaps the best paycheck you can ever receive by helping people do that. I've helped thousands of people do that, and I've seen many, many people become multi-millionaires through this simple process that we're going to teach you how to go through. Now, the other cool thing about it is not only do you receive the income up front, it could be that $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 up front, but let's say you bring someone into a hamburger place and they join the team and they acquire that franchise and you get the money up front. But now when you're driving by that franchise and you see the people lining up the door to get that hamburger, every time a hamburger is sold, you're getting a little piece of that. So in other words, we can help share some of the revenues with you or the royalties on that through our programs. Never before has this been done in franchising, and it works out beautifully to build residual income on top of the money that you're receiving up front. Okay, number 3 is to acquire a single unit franchise of your choice. This is where you actually get into starting to own your own franchise. And that's a pretty proud moment when you sign that document and you own your own business. And you know you have the support of the company behind you, and you also have a system to follow and a brand name that's out there to help you get to where you want to be in your final destination. And that usually is some more freedom and success and wealth for your family. Now, there's 2 different types of single unit franchises that you can acquire. There's a brick and mortar. You've seen stores out there, and you might see a hair salon, a massage clinic, you might see a fast food place. So those are brick and mortar. And so those are a solid location. They could be located in a strip center or a standalone building or at an airport or wherever. But there's a specific location. So you've got a little bit of overhead that you have to look at there that we work through the franchise system. On the other hand, there's a home-based franchise too, or sometimes we'll call it small office. So that's where you could work out of your home or small office with less overhead. But you don't have clients coming in to your home typically, so you've got to go to them. So that might be a business like a medical support services business where you're supporting medical practitioners to help improve their business. It could be a sales training type business where you're going into businesses and helping improve their sales by training their sales teams. There's a lot of different types of home-based type businesses that might be just ideal for you. So when you're looking at an investment on that, on the brick and mortar, you're a little bit higher. You need $50,000 or so or a little and up. But usually there's financing available through SBA and other places to get the rest of your operating capital to finance the whole thing. On a home-based type business, it's a little bit lower. You can see franchise fees and systems and programs that will get you a complete setup for as low as about $30,000 to maybe as high as $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 to get everything completely set up for you and on your road to success with a single unit franchise that you can be very proud of. Okay, number 4 is to acquire a multi-unit franchise. Now, a multi-unit franchise doesn't mean you have any particular rights for a particular area. You come into a city and you want to acquire a franchise over here and one over here and one over here, but you usually sign a multi-unit agreement which gives you the rights at a discounted rate typically to open 3 units over a particular time, but with no particular territory in mind usually up front, unless the franchisor allows you to have a specific territory. But the idea here behind multi-unit franchising is to increase your chances for success. Because when you look at a single unit franchise, the success rate is pretty darn high, typically 80 to 90%. But when you get into multi-unit franchising, you spread some of the risk, and that allows your success rate to go as high as around 95% when you spread that risk. So that's the idea behind multi-unit franchises, and that's why you may want to look at a multi-unit instead of just a single unit. Now, a typical multi-unit agreement, when you're acquiring, say, 3 at a time, might be around $75,000 to up to $100,000, maybe $150,000. And those could be things like, which we've given before, like hair salons, or it could be a dry cleaner, or it could be any number of different types of businesses. Fast food or fast casual sometimes is usually some of the better ones and the more commonly used franchises or acquired franchises in this area. So when you're acquiring these, you also need to understand there's a little bit more startup cost, but usually that's financed. But it allows you to open several at a time and keep those franchises less risk. The 5th way to get into franchising is to acquire an area development franchise. And what that means is you acquire a whole city, just like the multi-unit that we already described, but you have a whole city or a whole area, and you have a specific agreement to allow you to open those franchises in a particular time, and only you can do that. No one else can come in and put franchises into your area. So it secures that area for you. It's like a mini piece of real estate, and that's often a great way to go to know your future and know where you're going to go with complete confidence. It's a little more expensive, might be $100,000 or so or more to get into that, but it's often a great option for you to secure a particular protected territory. Okay, the 6th way to get into franchising is to acquire a master franchise, or sometimes they're called a regional developer franchise or area representative franchise. And what that means is you buy the whole state, like the state of Colorado, or it could be Dallas-Fort Worth or San Diego County, but you own it and you become a partner with the franchisor, and you get to see several different income sources and allow you to become at a much higher level, and you're more at the level of the franchisor versus as a franchisee, and there's very little overhead. You can run out of your home or small office, but still you're going to acquire that franchise territory at usually $100,000 or up, depending on the territory and depending on which way you go. This is the way I've done it. I've owned 10 master franchises in my life. I'm looking at number 11 and 12, and I'm excited to open some more. because it's an exciting way to go to become a partner with the franchisor. Okay, the seventh way to get into franchising is to become a franchisor, is to become your own franchise company. And then you offer those franchises for sale, and you build a big network of franchisees all over the state, all over the region, all over the country, and even all over the world, depending on how big you want to be. This is the ultimate way to get into franchising. Now, it might cost around $100,000 and up to franchise your business and get it ready to go out to the world. But with that, the returns are phenomenal. As you can see, there's a lot of different ways to get into the most powerful marketing strategy ever created in the world of franchising. But before you start, before you buy or start any type of business, I encourage you to take a look at this free book that we'd be happy to send to you. It's our book. It's Kevin Harrington, my partner, and myself wrote this book on the best ways to start into business. And there's certain warnings in there that you'll want to look at, and things that strategies you can get to help multiply your business even further and find the right business for you. So don't go without this book. We're going to send it to you for free. All we ask you to do is cover the shipping and handling. But click below and we'll send your free book right out to you. I hope you've enjoyed today. I certainly have enjoyed being with you, talking about the power of franchising. So please subscribe below and maybe even share it with a friend. But in the next video, we're going to share the 3 absolutely essential things that are part of a successful franchise company. So if you ever thought about how a franchise company can be franchised, click the next video.